two
Okay,
boys.
recording.
I'm Mr. Frank. Hello, fellow students. This is my composition and arrangement 2 presentation. Okay, thank you. So I'll be talking about my key points in this order. So vocal and solo instrument, chord progression, melody, groove, mood, form, instrumentation, contour, conclusion, and then I'll play my song at the end. So for lo-fi music, yeah, it's a deliberate aesthetic choice. So the idea of lower quality music, how there's classic vinyl crackles and everything. It's a type of music, it's a type of sound. Okay, and then for my examples, I have 2 examples. One is a very old piece and one is a modern piece. The first one is Nat King Cole, by Nat King Cole, and it's I Love You for Sentimental Reasons. You can play the first one. So this is the original piece.
I love you
Yeah.
for sentimental reasons.
So but my inspiration is actually the remix of what they did with this in terms of a lo-fi piece. Okay, you can play it, thanks. So it's change key.
I love you
And it's actually the idea of how they made
for
a classical song kind of more like they created the lo-fi element in it. And then my modern inspiration is Easy by Mac Harris. The same vibe, lo-fi with the lower quality kind of effect. Charmin's favorite song. Okay, so I'll be talking about my vocals and my solo instrument. So for my vocals, my main vocalist is Adam Kowatri, and I chose him to sing my song because he's basically his aesthetic and like his style, his tone really suited the lo-fi vibe I was going for. I can play a bit.
We don't even look in the eyes like we used to do.
And then for my solo synth instrument, my goal was to go for a sort of like almost like a Nintendo or kind of like a game kind of style and song. And yeah. Yeah, okay. And then for my chord progression, I just used a series of 2 5s because I wanted the general mood of the piece to flow. I felt like it was good that it continued to resolve, and then yeah. So my intro, verse and verse are all the top section, and then for my chorus, it's the full 8 bars. So you can play it. And then for the second section of my song, which is the interlude, I had this chord progression and the idea of the chord progression flowing as well. But for this case, it returns back to like the 4 major 7s. And like these chords I used were generally to create like this dreamy and like very floating kind of vibe that fits like lo-fi music. Yeah. Yeah, so for my melody, in terms of what the vocalist sang and what the solo synth played, the idea of like the intro starting off very slow and melodic, and then the verse, he does like a rap, so it becomes more rhythmic, more upbeat, and then the idea of the chorus getting bigger, creating like a larger kind of dream environment. Okay. So the idea of the lyrics is that the message behind it is pretty much just past mistakes. It's a classic kind of breakup song, which is what most lo-fi artists do now actually. So yeah, this is just the idea. Pretty sad. Okay. So for the groove, this is the general groove that happens consistently from the intro all the way to the chorus. So if you can just play. It's a standard constant hi-hat with a kick and snare. Yeah. Then for the interlude section, where I want to kind of create a sense of like a journey as the song progresses, because with the just going back to like my chord progressions where it returns to the 4 major 7, I wanted the beat to be more driving, so you can play. Yeah, so it's keep anything. Yeah. For the mood, in terms of like what I did for mixing per se, I intensified the lower end. I kind of added more highs with the bells and the chimes, and then the idea is that you can get a sense of like a journey taking place, and then there's a lot of movement within the song basically. Okay, yep, sorry. So for I decided to add in a voice-over section, so to like kind of bring out to like truly bring out modern lo-fi music and how they have like contemporary like bits where people talk and then they want to have a particular message and everything. So I got my message from the documentary from Slipknot, and it was the next slide. Sorry, it was taken from their 3rd album, where they talked about how the music is the thing that keeps them going. So I took an excerpt from that and put it within the song. Yeah. So next I'll be talking about form. I put my project here so you can see clearer. Go next. So my form, essentially, there's an intro section which is here. Actually, you can go next, sorry. So the intro, then there's a verse here, verse A, verse B, and it goes into a chorus. Then the interlude is basically the section where the journey takes place in the piece. And then at the end, it ends with like a big chorus. Yeah. And then for my instrumentation, I also split it up. So it goes by, next one, sorry. So it goes by the drums, keys, bells, chimes, bell and chimes, bass, and vocals. For the drum kit, I had a total of about like 4 tracks for the general kick, snare, hi-hat, and then along the claps. My keys, I needed to, like I said, a dream vibe. So I layered a lot of, like in terms of, I added like a piano, electric keys, and then some of the other keys and like I really panned it to really create this kind of atmosphere. For chimes, I just wanted to have the song flow a bit better. Then for my bass, I added a track bass, a subby bass, and then my favorite upright bass to give it that acoustic feel. And then I just layered vocals with lead vocals and then backing vocals, and I got Adam to sing the vocals arrange an octave higher but in falsetto to kind of create more layers for the vocals as well. So my overall contour, I use a series of drops where like from verse A, it drops down, and then like how, can you go to the next one, how it builds up again in the choruses and in the interludes. Yeah. For my conclusion, what I felt like I could have done better was that I didn't focus that much on contour. So within the piece, the dynamic range realistically it stays quite stagnant. There isn't a lot of intensive like drops, or it doesn't get too high and everything. So I feel like I could have worked on that better. And then, but I think what went well for my piece is the layering and like how I put in the bells and chimes to create this different atmosphere and everything. Okay, next. So before I play the song, special thanks to Mr. Frank. Thank you for your advice. Adam for singing, and then most of my cohort members for giving me advice for mix and everything. Okay.
Look in the eyes like we used to as I walk right through open. Don't gotta be somebody when we gotta be to shoot on these beat still. Yeah, I feel like it kinda sucks that trying to grow up like a loving.